Narita International Airport is the gateway to the east of Japan, while Kansai International Airport is the gateway to the west. Convenient rail connections into the cities close to these airports is essential for travelers and the airports themselves. In this program, we take a look at airport express lines and the strategies railway companies are employing to make their services more attractive to travelers. Welcome to Japan Railway Journal. I'm Russell Totten. Today we're here at a hotel near Narita International Airport. As you can see, the airport is right behind us. But more importantly, right below us is the railway line that accesses the airport, which is used by the Japan Railway Company, or JR, and also another private railway company. So today's program is all about airport express lines. So joining us as always is Dr. Ryo Takagi of Kogakuin University, here to share his expert opinion. Lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you too.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Living the dream.
Oh, that's great.
So of course I want to ask you, have you used these lines?
Of course I did. But there are two railway lines linking Tokyo and Narita Airport, and each company runs a variety of services, and even for me it's rather difficult to choose the right service for me.
Wow, I'm surprised to hear, even for you it's difficult.
Yeah.
But I guess each company has their own advantages.
That's right, that's right.
Well, our guest today is an actor in Japan, Sarah McDonald. It's lovely to have you with us again.
Thank you for having me.
And of course, I'm going to ask you the same question.
Yes.
Have you ever used the express lines here?
Yes, I have used both, but when I first came to Japan, I arrived at Narita Airport and I really wasn't sure which of the two lines to use.
I understand what you feel. But there are competition between those two companies, and because of that, we have seen some improvements, like introduction of new discount tickets and that sort of thing.
So Sarah, I think you went to report on these two railway companies, am I correct?
Yes, I went to learn about both companies, JR East and Keisei Electric Railway. So, let's take a look. Narita International Airport opened in 1978 and is known as the gateway to eastern Japan. It's located 70 kilometers east from Tokyo. There are 190,000 international arrivals and departures and 13 million people visiting Japan annually. In Tokyo, there's another airport which is 15 kilometers south of the city center, the Tokyo International Airport, also known as Haneda. Here, there are 90,000 arrivals and departures and 6 million visitors annually. About 70% of visitors from overseas use the Narita Airport. In 1991, an airport station located beneath the airport terminal building was opened. Both JR East and Keisei Electric Railway started to operate airport express trains to Tokyo. The platforms are located right beside each other, and since opening, these two companies have been in competition. Now, as you can see, there are two ticket gates next to each other, one for JR East and the other for Keisei Electric Railway. Now, I'm going to ask some passengers heading to Tokyo which railway company they're going to choose. So do you know which line you'll be using, the Keisei or JR?
Well, we'll try which one takes us where we need to go, I suppose.
Fair enough. Whatever gets you there and gets you there quickly?
Yeah. Do you have any suggestion? Which one is better, faster, or cheaper?
I've used both, honestly. It's like whichever one is coming in at the time I'm arriving. So do you know which line you'll be using?
No idea. Not yet.
Okay. So I mostly looked at time. What factors are you looking at when deciding?
Just getting there.
Yeah.
Price. Price.
Yep. We interviewed 10 groups, and 4 of them didn't know which railway line to take. It seems like many visitors come to Japan without knowing there are 2 railway companies in operation. So now let's take a look at the difference between JR East and Keisei Electric Railway's lines. Both companies operate on the 8-kilometer elevated railroad from Narita Airport, but since the rail width differs for each company, they operate on separate tracks. JR East operates the Narita Express, also known as the NEX. The next is a 12-car formation, and it makes 27 round trips daily. The train links Narita Airport and Tokyo Station in 53 minutes. The fare, including the express ticket, is 3,020 yen, which is about $27 US. On the other hand, Keisei Electric Railway operates the Skyliner. The train is an 8-car formation and makes 34 round trips a day. In 2010, Keisei Railway constructed a new line straight between Ueno Station and Narita Airport and succeeded in decreasing the travel time. The Skyliner can travel between those stations in 41 minutes. The fare, including the express ticket, is 2,470 yen, which is about $22 US. So which company has more passengers? According to a survey conducted by Narita Airport in 2016, among 6,000 visitors, 45% of the people used Skyliner, and 55% used the Narita Express.
Wow, actually, I thought more people would choose the Keisei line because it's faster and cheaper, so I'm really surprised more people choose JR.
I think that's because JR services stop at stations right in the center of Tokyo, and most importantly, Tokyo Station. And Tokyo Station is where all the Shinkansen services depart, both toward the north and towards the west. So it's convenient for passengers to go to Tokyo Station and change to Shinkansen and go to different parts of Japan.
I see, yeah.
There's one other reason. There's this Japan Rail Pass, which looks something like this, and can only be purchased by passengers overseas. So let's learn how JR is attracting passengers using this Japan Rail Pass. The Japan Rail Pass is a special ticket exclusively for visitors from overseas, which can be used on JR lines throughout the country, including the Shinkansen and limited express trains. The minimum ticket price for an adult for 7 days is 29,110 yen, or $260 US. This is about 2,600 yen cheaper than a round trip from Narita to Kyoto, including tickets for the Narita Express and Shinkansen. For the duration of the pass, visitors can travel on all 6 of the JR branches, so it's very convenient and economical.
We are going up to the Northern Islands to do a tour of the kind of area, and then we're coming back to Tokyo.
2-week passes, and we're going up to Sendai, Sapporo, and then down to Tokyo.
Well, I've looked on the internet, I've asked some people who have been to Japan, I've asked about the best way to travel Japan, so all of them advised me to get a GRP pass because it's very convenient, and yeah, it's less expensive than just paying the tickets for the whole journeys.
Right. There are actually more advantages of traveling with JR East. The Narita Express stops at 20 stations in the Tokyo metropolitan area, including Tokyo Station. When the line first opened, the Narita Express only made round trips between Narita Airport and Tokyo Station. Now the train operates on 3 other lines, stopping at Tokyo Station, then heading to Shibuya, Shinjuku, Ikebukuro, and finally stopping at Omiya Station in Saitama Prefecture, which is famous for its bonsai village. There's also a line that goes through Kanagawa Prefecture's Yokohama Station and on to Ofuna, close to the historical city of Kamakura. Another line takes passengers to Takao Station near Mount Takao, a popular tourist destination. On weekends, the Narita Express links to Kawaguchiko Station, where the World Heritage Site Mount Fuji is located. The journey from Narita Airport takes more than 3 hours, but is popular with tourists as the train goes directly to the station closest to Mount Fuji.
Very comfortable train and direct, so we don't have to change. It's very nice.
Wow, actually, I had no idea that you could travel from Narita Airport directly to Mount Fuji.
I was surprised too, and apparently this service to Kawaguchiko Station was first opened in 2014, the year after Mount Fuji became a World Heritage Site.
So we've seen the advantages that JR has, so how about the Keisei Electric Railway? How are they attracting customers?
Well, the Skyliner was originally designed for business passengers who had work within the Tokyo area. But now they're developing new strategies to attract passengers from overseas. So let's learn more. This is a Keisei Electric Railway Information Center, which opened in 2015 for visitors from overseas. Staff who can speak English, Chinese, or Korean are on site to help visitors with purchasing tickets and to give tourist information. Today, I'm going to ride the Skyliner and see what kind of services they provide. Hi, is English okay?
Yes, it's okay.
Wonderful. I'd like one ticket to Ueno Station.
Ueno Station.
One way.
One way, okay. Do you want to go anything else, please?
Yeah, I would love to go to Shinjuku afterwards.
We have like this package. If you get this one, you can get the Skyliner.
The staff recommended I get a Skyliner and a subway ticket. This is a special ticket where visitors who get off at Ueno Station can travel around the Tokyo metropolitan area. Visitors can purchase a one-way or a round-trip ticket and combine that with a 24-hour, 48-hour, or 72-hour subway ticket. I'll have one 24-hour then.
This way.
Yes,
Okay,
please.
Thank you.
I bought a one-way ticket and a 24-hour subway ticket. Visitors can purchase this package by paying an additional 330 yen to the 2,470 yen one-way ticket. The subway ticket time starts when the passenger first passes through the ticket gate. After arriving at Ueno Station, visitors can get on and off the subway as many times as they like. So let's get on the Skyliner and head to Tokyo. And here we go. So if you notice, the entrance is quite wide, so even people with large suitcases can get in and off very easily. We also have very spacious luggage racks. And what's nice is in the same area as where you sit, so you can keep an eye on your bags as you travel. Okay. Now, I'm pretty tall, but I have all this room. There's almost a meter in between seats, and so people taller than me will have plenty of room to relax and enjoy the journey. From Narita Airport, the Skyliner runs on a straight 20-kilometer track with a maximum speed of 160 kilometers per hour. This is the fastest recorded speed of a conventional line in Japan. So it's almost like riding a Shinkansen, and it's just as smooth. So a speedy and very pleasant journey. Since the train operates on an elevated railroad and there are no crossings, this section was granted special permission to operate at high speed. This also helps greatly in shortening the travel time. Now, if you look by my feet, there are two outlets, one for each seat, so you can charge your devices as you go. Now, we got a password earlier for the internet, so let's see if we can get connected. In 2015, a free Wi-Fi service was introduced for visitors from overseas. Within 30 minutes of leaving Narita Airport, we've already arrived at the city center.
The stop after Nippuri will be Ueno, the last stop of this train. 本车即将到达日暮里。日暮里的下一站是。
Information is displayed in 4 languages: Japanese, English, Chinese, and Korean. In just 41 minutes, we arrived at the Keisei Ueno Terminal Station. Okay, there's the subway. Now we're going to use our 24-hour ticket to get on the subway and head to Shinjuku. From Ueno, I changed to the Oedo subway line and headed towards Shinjuku. I have made it to Shinjuku Station. Including the transfer time, it took about 70 minutes. That's 14 minutes faster than the direct Narita Express. Keisei Electric Railway is currently working with low-cost carriers. In 2015, Terminal 3 was constructed at Narita Airport dedicated to these carriers. Following this, Keisei Electric Railway started to sell discount tickets in flight on these carriers. Keisei's strategy is to sell tickets before arriving at the airport to acquire passengers. The 2,470 yen one-way Skyliner ticket can be purchased for just 2,200 yen. Passengers can also purchase the Skyliner and subway ticket in flight as well. This is sold on 11 routes by 3 low-cost airlines.
The JR company brand name is seen as a major player in the railway industry. But we feel the Keisei Electric Railway name and our Skyliner service is gradually gaining recognition in Asia, especially Eastern Asia, as we promote our brand name and our services.
I was very impressed by the speed and convenience of the Skyliner, and I also think they've done a great job to compete with JR in introducing these new discounts and services for passengers who may want to travel short-term in Tokyo.
I think it's really interesting that in between the two companies, it's actually turned out to be very convenient for the passengers.
I do agree with you, but I want to point out one other thing, which is that there's other players in the market. And between Tokyo and Narita Airport, the distance is about 70 kilometers. And if you want to go on the road, considering congestion, it will take something like 2 hours. So in that sense, railways have a very great advantage over the road. But recently there are many bus operators running bus services between airport and the city center with a price tag of, say, sometimes even less than half that of railways. So competition with those operators are becoming a challenge for the two railway companies here.
Railway topics. June 10th is known as Streetcar Day in Japan. This year in Okayama City, Okayama Prefecture, a streetcar festival was held. At Okayama Electric Tramways Higashiyama Depot, many events were held for people to get familiar with streetcars. Kids were able to experience the main event of the day, driving a tram.
ちょっと緊張しました。将来の夢は路面電車の運転手とかやってみたいなと思いました。
On June 17th, JR West luxurious sleeper train Twilight Express Mizukaze began operation. At 10:20 a.m., the Mizukaze departed from Osaka Station. The 2-day journey travels along the northern coast of Western Japan to Shimonoseki City in Yamaguchi Prefecture. At one of the stops, Kinosaki Onsen Station, a welcome ceremony was held for the 31 passengers. Many locals came to see the beautiful deep green and gold of the Mizukaze. The Twilight Express Mizukaze has a 2-day or 3-day package, traveling along the beautiful northern coast to the south, starting from 270,000 yen, which is about $2,400 US.
Well, so far, we've been focusing on the airport express trains serving Narita Airport, which is in the eastern part of Japan. So next, let's take a look at the western part of Japan. So, Ryo, what can you tell us about Kansai International Airport?
Well, just like Narita Airport, there are two railway companies operating trains in and out of Kansai Airport. One private railway company runs trains from the airport right to their terminus in the southern center of Osaka. The other one, which is the JR, runs trains through Osaka to the world-famous tourist destination, which is the city of Kyoto.
Two interesting differences between Narita and Kansai. The Narita Airport, the ratio of passengers using the train to bus is 2 to 1. On Kansai, it's double that, 4 to 1. And also, while the Narita services are competing with each other, the Kansai services are cooperating. Let's see how.
Kansai International Airport opened in 1994 and is Japan's first international airport operating 24 hours a day. It's located about 35 kilometers south from the center of Osaka City in western Japan. Kansai Airport has grown significantly since its opening, with more than 10 million overseas visitors annually, rivaling Narita Airport. Because Kansai Airport is built on an artificial island, the Skygate Bridge is used to travel between the airport and Osaka. The bridge is about 4 kilometers in length and is shared by cars and trains. There are two railway companies operating from Kansai Airport, JR West and Nankai Electric Railway. The Nankai Electric Railway operates the limited express Rapid. Rapid means fast in German, and the unique leading car looks like an iron mask. The interior of the train is like an airplane cabin, with round windows and luggage compartments above each of the passenger seats. Rapid connects the airport to the center of Osaka Nanba Station in just 34 minutes, and the fare is 1,430 yen, which is about $13 US. Nanba is known as the busiest downtown area in Osaka. Nanba has become a terminal station where passengers can transfer on to 3 private railway lines and 3 subway lines. On the other hand, JR West operates the Airport Express Haruka. The smooth white body of the car is a distinctive feature. Haruka means far away in Japanese, conjuring images of traveling in the sky. The train links Kansai Airport to Shin Osaka Station, where passengers can transfer to a Shinkansen, which continues on to Kyoto Station. From the airport to Kyoto, it takes about 80 minutes, and the fare is 2,850 yen, which is about $25 US. In comparison to Narita Airport, the destinations of the express lines are clearly divided. Nankai Electric Railway heads towards the center of Osaka City, and JR West goes to Shin Osaka Station and on to Kyoto. Both companies' ridership is about 10 million people annually. For this reason, these two railway companies are focusing on cooperating with each other to acquire passengers. The two companies operate on the Skygate Bridge. The double-decked bridge has a 6-lane road on the upper level and a railway underneath. Since both railways have the same rail width and electrification system, the railway tracks are shared, with each company running 2 trains per hour. Unfortunately, there's a unique challenge to the double-decked bridge. If wind speeds reach more than 30 meters per second, train services are canceled. Once the services are suspended, JR West and Nankai Electric Railway cooperate with each other to assist passengers, arrange bus operations, and to replace trains. Also, evacuation drills for emergency situations are jointly carried out using both companies' trains. Both companies have started services to cater to visitors from overseas inside the airport station. The ticket gate is color-coded in blue for JR West and red for Nankai Electric Railway. Ticket counters are also color-coded, blue for JR West and red for Nankai Electric Railway. Above the counters are displays for visitors. They are written in 3 languages, English, Chinese, and Korean. To make sure passengers don't make a mistake, there's also a big picture of the train. I have traveled to many international airports, but was particularly impressed by the clear guidance at Kansai Airport. The visitor services at Kansai Airport have received positive feedback.
Very easy to understand the connections,
very comfortable, and very, very prompt. Yes. We appreciate that. Yes.
This is very convenient transport for us to go to the Osaka. The guidelines are very clear and it's very easy to go.
The signs in Japan include English and many other languages, so it's easy to find where I need to go.
The two railway companies at Kansai Airport cooperate with each other as they strive to acquire passengers and improve their services.
I think it's really interesting that here at Narita Airport, you have two railway companies competing with each other, and that creates better services for the passengers. But in Kansai Airport, it's almost the exact opposite. They're not competing, they're cooperating.
Well, but there's still issues to be solved. And one example is the provision of 24-hour rail service. In major international airports across the world, the airplane operations are done 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And actually, Kansai Airport is officially one of them. But there is no provision of 24-hour rail service on the access railway lines.
So passengers arriving on low-cost carriers which arrive around midnight, 1 a.m. are stuck with a tough choice then. So do they take an expensive taxi or do they stay the night at the airport?
That's true. And I think there's a bit of technical challenge in realizing the 24-hour rail service, but once realized, that will be a very great benefit to passengers from abroad.
In 2016, there are around 24 million passengers coming to Japan, and the government is expecting and hoping that that number will reach 40 million in 2020, the time of the Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics. So hopefully the services of these airport access lines, as well as those in the greater Tokyo metropolitan area, will improve to accommodate that number.
I'm looking forward to seeing what the future holds. Well, that's all we have time for. We hope you enjoyed the program, but look forward to seeing you on the next Japan Railway Journal. So from all of us here, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Chúng ta cùng chờ đợi cuộc gọi tàu trận đấu ngày hôm nay. Eder Militao. Lucilio. Gullit.
Patrick Vieira.
Đó là được chuyền ngược lại cho đồng đội. Đó là một tình huống đá phạt và trọng tài vẫn chưa rút ra thẻ phạt ở tình huống này. Đường chuyền bóng chính xác. Đường chuyền về cho đồng đội.
Coman.
Một tình huống xử lý bắt bài đối thủ và anh ấy đã giành lại quyền kiểm soát bóng.